Hi, top of the morning to you. It's me, Ken. This is my whimsical world of Zen. And we are going on with the Album of the Year tournament. Still happening. Last time it was the record of the day, moving on to the qualifying round. And today is going to be the same thing. So hopefully I get 4 or 5 records to listen to. And then we'll pick the album of the day. It's that simple. Stick around to the end and you will see who wins. Also like, subscribe, do all that stuff because, you know, that's what we are told to do. By whom? I don't know. First record for record of the day. This is People Who Aren't There Anymore. Yeah, I guess we all have people that come in and out of our lives, and I'm suspecting this is something along those lines. And it's by a band called Future Islands. Now, I've seen Future Islands in concert, and I didn't really enjoy it all that much, to be honest, but you know, I've got friends in high places and they say this band is great, so I'm going to give this newest album a go, and yeah, we'll see how it does. Right on. I'm on the way, I'm making it. Alright, Future Islands, People Who Aren't There Anymore. Well, you know how it is, Future Islands. So this is their 7th record. What I didn't know about this band was that they're American, which is pretty interesting. I thought for sure they were like a Brit synth pop type thing, but no, American synth pop type thing. Future Islands, yeah, I mentioned earlier I've seen them in concert. It wasn't truly my thing, and listening to the record, it's not really my thing. It's good though. It's a good listen, something for background. I think would be nice for this album. Now that being said, there's a couple songs that I am going to add to the playlist here, which you can find in the description. It's for covering all these albums that I've been reviewing for almost a year now. And yeah, a song called The Tower. I really enjoyed that. And then there was another song that was, I guess, maybe the happiest on the album. Hard to say. Peach. So yeah, Peach in The Tower from Future Islands. So yeah, today's let's see what the album of the day is. So we're down 1 album. Let's see what album number 2 is going to be. Oh, what do we got here? A band called Kasabian, which I've heard before, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I know that I enjoyed it, and they have an album called Happenings. So yeah, Kasabian, Happenings. That's up next in our Record of the Day challenge. All right, guys, hello. Me again and again and again. And yeah, Kasabian, the album's called Happenings. And yeah, I really loved it. British band, kind of like pop alternative rock, I suppose, to say anything. And it is, yeah, it was really enjoyable. It was quick, fast album. It was only 28 minutes, but it was a good 28 minutes. It was a nice little ride. So yeah, Kasabian was good. And I'm going to add a couple of songs onto that playlist we've been discussing for months. And the 2 songs, one's called Algorithms, and hopefully that'll put this into the world of algorithms and such. And also Passengers, as as we're floating through this rock in space here at Earth School. One way to look at ourselves and life in general is we're all just passengers. You know what I mean? Sometimes we think we're driving the bus, but Anyways, speaking of driving buses, I don't drive a bus. You can see it's a little car. A little 4-cylinder Mazda. Love it. Random baggie for our next record. See what the record of the day is going to be. So far, Future Islands and Kasabian. And to the pile, we've added the band The Offspring. And I know The Offspring, of course. 90s alternative rock, huge album called Smash, one of the biggest rock records of all time. And this one is called Supercharged. I don't know much about it, but I'm pretty sure that this album was produced by Bob Rock. So I'm expecting a little bit more mainstream sound out of Offspring, but I have not heard the record. So yeah, I'll listen to it and I'll tell you all about it. All right, well, Offspring I've listened to, and I was correct. Bob Rock is the producer. And apparently he's the producer on the last 3 records, so, yeah, who knew? Anyways, yeah, the new record's pretty good. It is pretty polished, production-wise, for sure. Now, doing some quick reading, I guess pretty much just, I guess it's Dexter and Noodles, the singer and the lead guitar player, are pretty much the only original guys left. And this is the first album, a new drummer, new bassist. And yeah, here we go. There was a couple like power pop punk songs, I guess, a la, Blink 182. But let's just say no Travis Barker on this recording. And that makes a huge, huge difference. That being said, I really enjoyed the record. I totally did. Love The Offspring. High energy. And a couple of songs I'm going to throw on the playlist there. One was called Looking Out for Number One. That's this guy, from my point of view. Because that's what they mean. Looking out for number one's looking out for yourself, of course. And another song on there I really enjoyed was called Come to Brazil, which was a pretty epic of a tune. I would definitely advise you to check that out if you're into The Offspring and you haven't heard the new record. And yeah, so the day continues. Random baggy time. Here we go. What do we got? What do we got next? All right. Bando Store and the New World by Childish Gambino. Now, I feel like I've already listened to Childish Gambino, but perhaps he has 2 records this year. He must, otherwise it wouldn't still be in this bag, I'm sure of it. So yeah, Donald Glover. I always get those. Man, I'm getting too old for this. I always get those guys mixed up, mostly because of the Glover. But he played Lando in Star Wars, the movie Solo, which I love, and Community, and his character and the Abed character are probably one of my favorite duos on television sitcoms ever. So let's check it out. Childish Gambino. See how it goes. I'll let you know. All right, potty people still in the house. Well, thanks for sticking around. So I just checked out that Childish Gambino record, and what was called Bardo Stone and the New World. So yeah, I guess this is, as I mentioned earlier, his second album he released this year, because earlier, which I've already did a review challenge, at Vista was earlier. Now I'll say that this one, Bando Stone and the New World, I liked it much better than the first one, even though it was kind of all over the place, which I think, this Gambino is showing off all his talents. It kind of goes, there's some rock in there, there's R&B, rap, hip-hop, whole bunch of stuff, spoken word. It's it's very very unique. Now apparently, reading online, that this is going to be his last record. This is it. He's throwing in the towel, at least under the name Childish Gambino. So Donald Glover, who knows what he's going to be up to next, but I'm sure it's going to be great, because he's a super talented dude, and he's going out there, he's getting her done. So good job, Childish Gambino. Now for my 2 songs I'm going to add to the playlist, one was called Running Around, and this is kind of like, it's a rock song, which I thought was great, and another one called Lithonia, which I thought kind of sums up most of what Childish Gambino's been about that I've heard. Anyways, I've heard at least 3 of those 6 albums. But yeah, so there it was, a day of listening to music. What did we have? We started the day, Future Islands, People Who Aren't There Anymore, and Kasabian, Happenings, then The Offspring with Supercharged, and Childish Gambino with his Bando Stone and the New World. So yeah, very diverse day of listening, from kind of almost new wave-ish kind of 80s pop rock to alternative rock, British alternative rock, to power pop punk, American punk from The Offspring, and then Childish Gambino, which I mentioned just a minute ago. It was kind of all over the place, genre-wise, which was great. And I got to pick one. This is a tough one for sure. I thought it was going to be Kasabian, but then the last half of the Offspring record kind of flipped a little bit less polished, produced pop punk, we'll call it, and kind of went more into metal almost, and or less polished punk, which I'm totally into. So yeah, really tough between Kasabian and The Offspring, but it's going to be The Offspring with Supercharged, Bob Rock. So yeah, great day of listening, and there's going to be another one coming up next video. So hopefully stick around, tell your friends, subscribe, do all this stuff, And yeah, what a pleasure. Have a great night.